going on, guys? I am Kadarius Washington, and welcome to the very first installment of the CW Six Pack. And basically, what it is, each week throughout the NFL season, I'm going to pick 6 games, and I'm going to try to keep it a little consistent by giving you 2 games in the 1 o'clock window, 2 games in the 4 o'clock window, the Sunday Nighter and the Monday Nighter, and we're just going to pick those games against the spread. But this week, we actually have a CW7 pack because we have a game tonight as well to pick. So let's go ahead and get into these picks. So game number 1, obviously we're going to start with the Kansas City Chiefs going up against the LA Chargers tonight in Brazil. And I'm going to take the Chargers +3 here because, listen, with the Chiefs, there's no Rashee Rice for the first 6 games of the year. And I have some I don't knows about Travis Kelce. I don't know which version of Travis Kelce we're going to get in the game. The Chargers always play the Chiefs tough, as you would expect a division opponent to do. And listen, I feel like the Chargers are due to break through in one of these games and finally get a win against Kansas City. So I'm going to pick the Chargers here to win, and I'm going to pick the Chargers to cover +3. All right, game number 2, I'm going to give you the Pittsburgh Steelers against the New York Jets, and I'm going to pick the Steelers at -3 here. This is the Aaron Rodgers revenge game, of course, from his time with the Jets, and as well as the Justin Fields revenge game from his time in Pittsburgh. But listen, there is a potential that Cameron Hayward doesn't play in the game. Of course, he's holding out for a new contract, and he's even stated that he's willing to miss games in order to get his new deal. So that's something to watch as far as the Steelers' defense is concerned. I expect this to be a defensive, low-scoring matchup here, but I think Aaron Rodgers is going to come out with a fire in him, especially with how things ended with the Jets in the offseason, that 20-second meeting when Aaron Glenn literally flew him out to New York just to tell him that they're going to be moving on with him. So I think Rodgers is going to take that personally. He's going to come out with a fire in him. And so I'm going to pick Pittsburgh to win, and I'm going to pick Pittsburgh to cover -3. All right, game number 3. This is a game that I really like as far as a value is concerned. The Arizona Cardinals taking on the New Orleans Saints. The Cardinals a touchdown favorite on the road here. I think Arizona is going to make a lot of noise this year. I mean, they improved massively in the second year under Jonathan Gannon. I'm not comfortable with the Saints quarterback room. I have some I don't knows about the Saints defense. And Arizona, they're a really sneaky good, really talented team here. And so I'm going to pick Arizona to win, and I'm going to pick Arizona to cover -6.5. All right, game number 4, I'm going to give you the Houston Texans against the LA Rams. The Rams, a field goal favorite at home here. Houston's offense, I have questions about the Texans' offense. I like Stroud, but I have questions about the offense. Their O-line is going to be terrible this year, but the Rams' defensive line, their front 7 is going to be pretty good. And I really like that Stafford has Devontae Adams to throw the ball to as well. Of course, there's concerns with Stafford, of course, with his back injury, and we don't know exactly how healthy he's going to be in the game. But I really like the Rams in this one, and so I'm going to take them to win, and I'm going to take the Rams to cover -3. And game number 5, I'm going to give you the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers. Packers -2 favorites here at home. Now, listen, I know we're going to get a lot healthier of a Detroit Lions team to start out compared to last year when the team was absolutely beat up by injuries late in the year, And I know Detroit has won 6 of their last 7 meetings against Green Bay. And listen, we don't know how much we're going to see of Micah Parsons with the defense in this game. But listen, Detroit is coming in with a new offensive coordinator and a new defensive coordinator. And so I would think that it would take maybe a game or two to get acclimated. And plus, doing it to start out on the road against a divisional opponent is not really the most ideal. And plus, Micah Parsons with this Packers squad, depending on how many snaps we get of him, but really overall as well, is going to give this Packers team and this Packers defense a shot in the arm. So I'm going to take the Packers to win, and I'm going to take the Packers to cover -2. All right, game number 6, the Sunday nighter. The Baltimore Ravens taking on the Buffalo Bills. I mean, they could not have put a better matchup on Sunday Night Football than this one. We have the last 2 league MVPs, Lamar Jackson in 23 and Josh Allen, the reigning MVP from this past year. It's a rematch of last year's divisional round, and the 2 squads faced off against each other last year in the regular season as well. And Baltimore destroyed Buffalo 35-10 in that game. And then, of course, Buffalo beat Baltimore in the divisional round 27-25. And this was the matchup here that I picked to be the AFC Championship. And this is a potential AFC Championship preview, of course, depending on whether or not one of these squads can get past the Chiefs. And Baltimore, as I said on paper, has one of the best rosters in the NFL. They have a lot of talent on both sides of the ball. I still have a bit of questions about Buffalo's defense, and I have a couple of I don't knows with that receiver room in Buffalo. But I'm going to pick Baltimore to win, and I'm going to pick Baltimore to cover -1. That is going to be a really good, really fun, really electric game there as far as Buffalo and Baltimore is concerned. And game number 7 here, I'm going to give you, obviously, the Monday nighter, the Chicago Bears against the Minnesota Vikings. Listen, Minnesota, they have a lot of talent on both sides of the ball. But for me, there are a lot of unknowns with J.J. McCarthy. Of course, he didn't play last year as he missed the year with a meniscus injury. And even at Michigan, he really wasn't asked to do much. But I really like Kevin O'Connell, one of the best offensive-minded coaches in the sport. But, of course, the Bears are coming in with Ben Johnson, the best offensive coordinator in football last year. So there's going to be high expectations for this Chicago team. And I think Ben Johnson being on the sideline and, of course, him, of course, being offensive-minded is going to give Chicago a shot in the arm here. So I like the Bears to win, and I like the Bears to cover +1.5. So my picks one more time. I'm picking the Chargers +3, the Steelers -3, Arizona -6.5, the Rams -3, the Packers -2, the Ravens -1, and I'm taking the Chicago Bears at +1.5. Like, comment, subscribe, click that notification bell to be notified of when I post again, and also follow me on Twitter and on Bluesky at CW Talk Sports. That's CWTALKS Sports. Enjoy the football, everyone, and I will see y'all the next time. Peace.